Okay, welcome. And it might be that more people are starting to join. And we are here with a small committee. And let me introduce myself. I'm the chair of the committee for the Gerald Kein Award for Excellence in Hypnotism. And I do trainings in the Netherlands for the Omni Hypnosis Training Center. And I have with me Hans-Rudy Wip, who is, you can call him Hans, which is usually more easy when we speak English. And he is one of the owners of the Omni Hypnosis Training Center, which is situated in Switzerland right now. And he is also one of the members. And we have Ralph Banco. And yeah, he is one of the Omni grads, Jerry's kid, as we used to say him. He has done a lot in hypnosis and he has done a lot not in hypnosis. He really a very mysterious figure who does a lot of things, who worked at the White House in politics and who did journalism. And he's followed up so many careers that I can even have difficulty pronouncing the last one. So if you want to add, Ralph, you're welcome.
No, and you don't know the half of it, Ina, and that's the way I like it. So.
Okay. That's great.
And in any Netflix series about the White House, he's the one in the background pulling the strings, you know.
Bingo. Oh, you're on to me, Hans.
I need you.
You can't afford me, but of course you do. Everybody does. You know.
Yeah.
Spent the morning solving the climate change problem, and so you can wrap it up at now.
Oh, it just took you half a morning.
Well, it's going to take about three years to implement it, but yes, we've got it. We basically have it worked out now.
Okay. Well, yeah. That sounds good.
I know. just one of my side hustles, you know, hypnosis. Yes. The Omni Hypnosis is my great love.
Yes.
And I'm happy I'm honored to have been one of the founding members of the jury for the Kein Award, along with you and Jerry when he was with us. I'm trying to remember. I think we may have had one other co-founder, but
yes. Well, what is very important is that for this award we had Shirley Kein as well as our member of the committee, and so just before this award, she decided to step back. So we have a vacancy, and that will be filled up. But yeah, that is a secret as well. So exactly. and not to be disclosed this evening.
No.
So Hans-Rudy, I would like to ask you, can you tell more about the award and the importance of it?
Well, I think we started in the first awards were given out in 2015, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
And at least on my screen, the lady to my left, that would be you, Ina. You were the first recipient ever of this award, actually. And the idea is
together with Ellen Elves.
Yes, exactly. And the idea was to honor Gerald Kein and in his spirit, people who promote hypnotism, who are outstanding in the world of Omni, and who do great benefit or who do great things for hypnosis or bring honor to the name of Omni, of the way we work, or who do special things that bring hypnosis forward. And ever since, in that spirit, we have honored several Omnis from all over the world, including Brazil and Europe and the US so far, if I'm not mistaken. People who have made a difference in our world, and we want to keep that up. And when Jerry passed, I think it was 2015-16. Yeah, he was present at 2 awards, and we usually gave him out at the NGH convention, if I'm not, if that is if that I remember it correctly. And in 2017 he passed away, and then we started doing it. Did we also do it at the NGH convention again? No,
Yes, we did it a few times, and we did it in Zurich one time, and
yes, in
online.
Zurich, yeah.
We started doing it online. Yeah.
Because of Corona, we started doing it online.
Yeah.
And we've converted to the online system, and we have a few changes about the date that we're going to pronounce the award. That's based on an idea from Ralph Benko, actually.
Yeah.
But it serves as as a motivational reason for an inspirational reason for people to give everything for hypnosis and do great things and think big. And if they want us on board, we're happy to listen. If we do things and they want to be on board, that's also a great thing and always welcome. And these kind of people who make a difference in our lives and in the world of hypnosis and hypnotism shall be rewarded with the Gerald F. Kein Award in Excellence in Hypnosis.
Right. Okay.
And the committee is a very well balanced. They're all omnis exclusive on that committee. So we only vote for omnis.
But since Omni is the gold standard of hypnosis, that's almost redundant to say.
Exactly. Hard to imagine that anybody else could ever qualify.
Well, Hans Rudy, if we go back, I think I listened to one of the podcasts of Jerry, and he said that it goes back to 1975. I think we have it different on our logo, etc. But then he was talking about 1975. What has changed over the years, and how far has Omni come with such a big legacy?
Well, you know what Gerald and Shirley Kein built up in all those years by themselves, all on their own, and with many people actually telling them that's never going to work. You cannot live exclusively off of hypnosis and make a living out of it. And you know, Jerry had to. He had his kids coming. He had his kids, and he had to make money. So he was forced to make money or to earn money in order to provide for his family. And Shirley always told me the first time she saw Jerry teaching in front of a class, the back then basic Omni curriculum, she said he had found his calling. And that kept on being true. And I first met Jerry personally in 2006. I knew about Jerry since about 96, 97. And in 97, 98, I ordered the first, not DVDs, VHS tapes. So I knew of him, and I had some of his material. But then when I was in class, I was just blown away. And I guess mind-blowing is one of the words that many of our students use when they finish our training and they give a review, they give feedback about the training. And I've heard that a lot lately. They said it was mind-blowing to them. It was mind-blowing to me. And back then the training, and I had the incredible honor to have Bob as the esteemed assistant to Jerry. It took 7 days. On day 8, I woke up in the hotel that we were at, that University Inn, it was called back. And I woke up and I was like, yeah, another day of training. Oh no, it's over. And I was so disappointed that it was all over. I had woken up. I'm like, but it just had changed my mind. And that's still happening. See, not everything needs to change or evolve. This amazement, this fascination that Jerry has been able to instill on us and the students, and a sense of being part of a bigger thing and being part of a family. That's why we call it also the Omni family. And it was also Jerry who started first putting the Omni training in a process. It was simple, but it worked. It was an easy to follow process. And in the meantime, we have refined this process. We have made it more visible to the students, more easily understandable and reproducible. And back in 2015, and I remember Jerry very well, when we were able to certify our company, the training and the therapy process, ISO 9001, once we got certified, Jerry was so happy with it that we managed to do that, because he recognized the importance of ISO 9001. And he said, and I quote, "That's as significant as Dave Ellman developing the Ellman induction for hypnosis." He recognized how important this quality certification was for Omni and for the future. He compared it to Ellman developing the Ellman induction, when Ellman eliminated chance and or talent. And you just could basically take a piece of paper, read it to somebody, and they would go into hypnosis. That was the change. That was the significance of it. And when I took that training in 2006, I never thought it would change. It was life-changing. It was life-transforming for me, just like for many other students. And in 2007, I received that news that I could take the training as a trainer. And in 2007, I took the training to become an instructor. In 2008, I held my first class. In 2012, Ina, you drove your car into a ditch and called me and said, "I want to be part of the first training," together with Gerald Kein, with the instructor training.
Yeah,
and
I was thinking the whole world will want this, and not everybody knew about Omni. That will come.
Yes. So the development was what? It was the internationalization. We grew very much internationally. At some points in time, we were present in like 26, 27, 28 different countries. Some countries were reduced now because the quality just was not held up, and we had to reduce some instructors or eliminate some instructors, because if we're ISO 9001 certified and we want to keep the quality up and keep growing, then we need to make sure that our instructors are also on the same level. So sometimes you get people on board, and then you realize that for a certain amount of time that was the right thing, until we all keep moving on. Sometimes people get on the bus and sometimes they get off the bus. That's also normal. So yeah, the internationalization was a big change, the focus on quality. And now for the last 2 years or 3 years in the German-speaking world of Omni, we now have an online platform. And for now a year, maybe, we now also have an English platform where you can get the entire training as we used to have it live. You can get it online, every single lesson and much more. So this is some of the changes or the developments since, that it was Jerry and Shirley building it up. But to be honest, that was easy, because we all stand on the shoulders of two really great men, two giants in hypnosis. We stand on the shoulders of Ellman and Gerald Kein. And I think they did the really, truly pioneering stuff. And for us, it was just like, hey, we stand on their shoulders, and it just has become a lot easier to do some of the things, because they had given the direction. They have plowed the path for us. And it's now much easier to continue on that path forward and onward. So all thanks and all appreciation go to these two. And obviously, as they always say, behind every great man, there is an even greater woman. There was Pauline Ellman and Shirley Kein.
Bravo. Absolutely, yes.
Great.
So that was that now gender correct, or what do you call it, female inclusive, or?
It was justice,
Yeah.
Hans Rudy, to give Shirley and Pauline their due credit, because they were intrinsic in the
Yeah.
creation of this art. They were modest, and they were not they did not never put themselves forward, but it's time that they receive the recognition that is well overdue, and I'm happy that you're supporting our ability to do that. That said, enough about. I want to hear from Brenner. Okay,
Hold on. We do it in the order.
Well, okay, he is the Luke Skywalker to Jerry's Yoda.
Yeah.
But okay, you know, you're the boss. You take it away.
Well, I have my hands full with you, but I'm trying. Well, let's go over to the handing out the presentation of the award, and I first would like to read the jury report of the first person. She studied hypnosis with Gerald Kein at the esteemed Omni Institute of Hypnosis in DeLand, Florida. There she was certified in basic and advanced hypnotherapy, and then went on to become a board-certified clinical hypnotist. She has over 1,500 combined hours of training with Dr. George von Hilsheimer, William Baldwin, and the National Guild of Hypnotists. She is the founder of a certain hypnosis practice in DeLand, Florida, and brings over 20 years experience in the field of healing and hypnotherapy. She is a graduate of the Omni Hypnosis Training Center, one of America's most prestigious hypnosis training facilities. In the December 2012 issue of the Journal of Hypnosis, Kein recounts the story of a 45-year-old single mom of a 9-year-old girl, like family to the Keins, diagnosed with severe fibromyalgia and then lupus, living in a state of indescribable agony, so extreme as to drive her to suicidal thoughts. Gerald referred her to Catherine. Here is the name. After brief treatment, the reported pain was gone and she felt better than she had in years. The juror has selected this eminent hypnotist because of the excellent quality of her work and the importance of her contribution to her profession. And we are talking about Catherine Napier. So, congratulations for Catherine. And let me see if I can share the screen. Here is her award.
Oh, beautiful.
In gold.
Yes.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And now, first I would like to have a small intermezzo with an audio, and that has to do with the second person who is awarded. I hope you are going to hear what is going on.
Well, hi, everybody. Jerry Kein back with you again, here along with my cohort buddy, Robert J. By and by the Carton Printer. Say hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Jeez, I'm going to get a migraine. You know the source of migraines? You know what causes them?
Me.
The need to escape from something.
Gee, who do you need to escape from?
Why do I always get a migraine around you?
Yeah. Well, this is really so classical for people who used to listen to the podcasts. And it is with great honor and long overdue that we give out the award to Bob Brenner. And let me read the jury report. Robert Brenner was a student and a long-time colleague of Jerry for over 20 years while he was co-instructor during the omni-hypnosis trainings, known by the students as Bob. Bob has been a member of the NGH for the past 19, sorry for my pronunciation, and an inductee into the National Guild of Hypnotists, prestigious Order of the Braid. He has been awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award from Omni Hypnosis. He's the owner and head hypnotist of Unlocking Minds Hypnosis Center, retired. He has taught in Canada and Ireland, trained members of the FBI, members of the Canadian Mounties, and many professional athletes. Robert is the author of the critically acclaimed Petrified Minds. Bob was a co-host in an interesting and sometimes controversial series of podcasts that Jerry made together with him. We will always remember the immortal and funny phrasing of these podcasts, where Bob answered Jerry dutifully. Jerry, well, say hello, Bob. And Bob, hello, Bob. The jury has selected this eminent hypnotist because of the excellent quality of his work and the importance of his contribution to this profession. So, and Bob, you're welcome to say a few words, and Ralph, after that, you're welcome to ask him a few questions.
Well, Bob, say hello, Bob.
Hello, Bob. That was something that Jerry and we would always ad lib. Jerry always said, if you can't enjoy what you're doing, get out of the business. And we did. We had fun. Our classes had fun. Jerry and I would try and trip each other up. He was able to trip me up more than I could trip him up. But we would do those kind of things because it added enjoyment. So when people were getting the education, they were enjoying what they were doing. It wasn't like going to school with a whip on your back. Learn this, learn this, learn this. It was instead a fun thing. And it was like a family. As you said before, the Omni family is an amazing family. Shirley Kein, unfortunately, was quite often under-recognized because I worked very closely with them. I wasn't really part of the business. I wasn't a partner, although people thought I wasn't. Jerry and I were just good friends, and I worked with him in all his classes once we got together. And one thing I learned is that Jerry, without Shirley, would never have been the Omni Hypnosis. It took the two of them. She was willing to take that back seat where nobody saw her. And sometimes even saw her in bad light because she was the one that had to approve things and say, hey, that's not the way we're supposed to do it. But Jerry was easier going with the students because he always knew he had her to back up and let her be the bad guy. But the truth is, she's a great woman, and she was very instrumental. Boy, I'm losing. Instrumental in making Omni what it is. And it's true that up until he sold the business to you, it was really, although we did have international students, it was a U.S. type thing in the United States. You came in, and your biggest thing to bring to this Omni was the fact we could spread nationally and internationally. I'm just amazed at how the growth of the business has come and Omni, and always sticking to pure hypnosis. We didn't get involved with a lot of crazy things and off the shoulder things. It was just fun, it was direct, and we kept it simple. And that's what I like. And that's what Elman did. He kept it simple. He wanted people to understand what he was doing. No mystery. So my favorite line when teaching a class was, all right, I'm going to tell you the secret of hypnosis. And this is a big secret. The secret is there is no secret. It's really easy for anybody to understand. And it's not just doing the hypnosis. It's what you do with it. That Jerry was so good at refining and finding out. I just loved it. It's part of my DNA. I hit a point where my mind isn't as fast as it used to be. And I like to think it is, but my wife keeps telling me it isn't. And she's right. So it was time for me to step aside and retire. But I always get my finger on it because it is part of my DNA. It's who I am. And I got that way because of only one person, that's Gerald Kein. He changed my life when he hypnotized me. And he couldn't get rid of me since. So we really had a good time doing it. Jerry and I always had fun and enjoyed seeing the students go out and be successful. And a lot of people have asked us, why would you teach your competition? And it was easy. It was the one way to keep the Omni system going and Omni going forever. Because what we built was something that could go forever. And Hans's the guy. He's taking it to the next step, which is a step that'll keep it spreading. And we really appreciate that. So that, to me, it's a big honor. Being attached to Jerry's name is without a doubt the biggest honor I could have.
Yes.
It's I can't put it in words. So I thank you very much for allowing me to have this wonderful feeling of being a part of something great. Yep, I still do it, and I still help people with pain and a lot of things, but it's great. It really is. I don't know another career where you can say, when I leave this earth, I'll be leaving it in a better place than I found it.
Yeah.
Elman could say that, Jerry could say that, and 99% of his students could say that. And of course, Hans, you could say that. It's something not many people can say. So I thank you.
I really appreciate it, or I really appreciate having had you also as the in class and learning from you, and it was always awesome. It was just great, and you showed up in the classes afterwards that we held. We held also. You were also part of the very first instructor training where Ina became trained. So yeah. I personally, I can only give you my thank you back.
Well, it's been I don't know how to say it. It's been a little bit of all of us that's made it what it is.
Yes.
It's not just one person. Jerry, yeah, he started because Dave Elman only did for doctors. Jerry realized if you only teach doctors, when you stop, the teaching is going to stop because doctors only teach themselves. And he wanted to spread it out because he realized that lay people could do a heck of a job. And he was right.
Yep.
So thank
Chris,
you.
I tend to differ about the term lay hypnotist. I consider most psychologists and doctors lay hypnotists. On the level that we're working, that's professional hypnotism. And
Well, that's cool.
And I'm not going to take any other arguments because, if they do 3 sessions a month, I do 3 sessions before breakfast. So, who is the professional now? And who is the lay person in hypnotism? Right, Bob?
Right. And how many sessions do you have to have with a client to help solve their problem? Where with the others, it could be years.
I know. And I remember very well, Bob, in class, you said the following. If you go see a hypnotist and it takes longer than 3 sessions, there's 2 options. Either the guy sucks or his motives are the wrong ones. So, yeah.
That's right. You are. It's silly. And I can't understand why a psychologist, psychiatrist can work with people for 10, 15 sessions. Somebody comes in and they say, okay, well, that'll be, 20 sessions. I wouldn't know what to do with all that time.
Well, they're clairvoyants. They learn that at the university level.
Yeah.
That's one of the classes they take, becoming a clairvoyant and seeing how long it takes for somebody to heal.
Right. Well,
I think
I'm thankful for learning. Yeah.
I think Ralph had some remarks
Yes.
and questions?
Well,
First,
briefly,
Bob.
I have one question and then I have one request.
Yeah.
Question is, among other things, and Bob, you were one of my instructors too, like Hans Rudy. And so when I finished taking the NGH training, I felt okay, but I didn't feel excellent. And when I finished with Omni, I felt like I had achieved excellence in hypnosis, which is relevant to the name of the award that you've just received, the Omni Award, the Gerald Kein Omni Award for Excellence in Hypnosis. So you and Jerry and Shirley helped to elevate, and now Hans Rudy have all been instrumental in elevating the profession to higher levels than it's ever known before, and we're all grateful to you for that. One of the things, so to the question, that is, one of the things that you and Jerry is part of your legacy is the continuing elevation of the technique and the capability, for instance, with ultra height. So you were there, you were president of the creation of ultra height. I wonder if you would share with us just a couple of minutes of recollections about the discovery and the propagation of ultra height, which of course is a major advance for the profession.
Well, ultra height's kind of interesting. There was a guy doing ultra depth. Now, I don't know what the difference is between depth and height, but they're both immeasurable. You can go as well. Actually, at height you can go higher, because depth you're going to come out the other end and be in China. So I'm not sure, but I remember when he first came up with it, it was a joke. And then Shirley's the one that actually said, well, wait a minute, if you can go down, why can't you go up? And Jerry said, hey, that sounds good. And from then they started really playing with it more like a game than a reality. And as they worked with it, they found some things were happening that they weren't expecting. And from there, he took it there. Now, I wasn't really in on a lot of his putting it together, okay, which was interesting, because the first time he presented it at the Guild, he was there and he got a call. Something had happened with his daughter. She was sick. And he had to go home. And he came to me and said, Bob, will you do my presentation on ultra height? And I said, sure. I had never done it. And I said, but you asked me to, I'll do it. He said, well, here's all the stuff I have for it. And of course, Jerry always said, you never, ever make a presentation without an outline. So he gave me his outline, the whole thing, and I went and I did it. And I was amazed. It worked. And we did ultra height in the class in there. I haven't worked a lot with it because I was coming to the end of my professional work also. But I know that a lot of people are using it. And it's one of those things where you got to use and continue using to watch it develop and go farther.
Now, just as Jerry was getting ready to leave us, he was hinting at another breakthrough. And I just wanted to know if he happened to have shared that with you, and whether there is a breadcrumb trail for yet another major advance in the hypnotic profession due to Jerry's legacy.
I didn't know anything about anything further than that. I wasn't involved.
Well, he was kind of Hans Rudy. Did he share this with you?
Another big take. If I'm not sure if I understood your question correctly, is what we call today universal therapy.
Universal therapy was actually farther back. That's one of the first things he started doing, where he because they had the videotape of that in class.
Yeah.
Of Jane, I think it was.
Jane, yeah, it's Jane, exactly.
Yeah, Jane. That goes back a long way.
Oh, I know.
That universal therapy is phenomenal. And you can use it in almost any way you want. And I think I've used that in almost every session I've had in some place. It's really part of the chair therapy program.
Yeah.
But just took it a little farther into the area of forgiveness, which is the most healing thing there is.
Yeah.
Is forgiveness. And one
Yeah.
thing I like about it is a lot of people think, religious people don't like hypnosis. That's not true. There are some. We know there's a few that don't get into that. But the truth is, and I used to love when I got people who came in and said, "Oh, I'm a born again Christian." I said, "Great," because wasn't the one lesson that Jesus taught was forgiveness, and that's what we worked with. So this was bringing them closer to what they wanted. And as soon as they hear that, man, the healing really came fast because suddenly they changed. Their whole mindset changed. It was really a neat thing. And that was the basis of the universal therapy. It could be used with anybody, especially if the client came in and didn't know why they were there. They just know they had this terrible feeling. And you could get into that universal therapy and just clear out all the people that ever hurt them, any hurt they ever had. And we always used to say, if you didn't cry with your client.
Bob, funny you would make the remark. We actually have a pastor in this group. Alex is a pastor in Germany, and he just took the training in March with me in Zurich. So funny you would make that remark. He heard a lot of remarks from me, but he's a very well-humored guy and a great guy, Alex.
All right, let me do that. Go ahead, Bob.
A lot of people think that if they're going to be religious leaders, they have to be very straight and forward. No, they're people and they're fun. You got to have fun with people. And as long as you're willing to have fun with people, you'll always do a good job.
Yeah. And in the end, if you get to burn some witches, then, the fun is perfect. The fun is complete.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And you made a few witches.
Yeah.
And relax.
But Rolf, I'm not sure if I have answered your question correctly, or if that was.
You did, and I want one final comment and one final benediction out of Bob. If everybody would raise their right finger, everybody, that would be including Hans Rudy, Nina, Ayla, Bob. Okay, Bob, would you please, lead us in the Omni salute. Boink.
I don't know the Omni salute, but yes,
Boink.
that's probably it.
Do you not remember Boink? How could you ever forget Boink?
Oh. Boinking, I'll never forget. I've had some clients get black and blue.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And his second class, never forget this, the second class you go to learn, that you take, was supposed to be an acting class. And I find that so true. Because you have to be everything to everybody that comes in the room. Whatever they need you to be, that's who you have to be. I hear a signal coming in. I don't know what that is.
That's President Biden calling Rolf Benko.
Oh. I'll tell you, Ralph, if you're giving advice, change the advice you're giving.
Actually, no, he doesn't listen to me. But that was my friend Buzz Aldrin's wife, Brigadier General Aldrin, is calling me. I just told them that I'd get back to them in about 20 minutes.
Okay, well, see, you solved the climate question in half a day. Trump solves the war with between Russia and Ukraine in one day. So hey,
yeah,
you guys, why
I'm a lot faster than Trump. That's what we can learn from this. Yes.
Benko for president? Is that what it is?
No. Thank you. I've served in or with 3 White Houses. I've paid my dues. Keep me out of there. Keep me out of that White House.
I can tell that you've got some political background, though. You can say a lot of words. I don't know what they all mean, but we ask you a question, you'll always get an answer.
You'll get words. You'll get whether you get an answer or not. You'll get words. So
that's right.
Nina, you're back. We're back to you, Madam Chair.
Yes, well, and I was going to say, since you are in the talking part now, There are two things that should be announced with regards to the award, and it would be so good if you could do the honors for that.
Thank you, Ina. It's an honor. First of all, with the jury, with Ina's blessing and Hans Rudy's blessing, we are hereby renaming the award in honor of Jerry and Shirley Kein. So in future, it's going to be the Jerry and Shirley Omni Award for Excellence in Hypnosis, in full recognition of Shirley's dramatic contribution to the advancement of this art. And in future, we are going to be announcing the recipients of this Nobel Award on Jerry's birthday each year. So we are you were here present at the announcement of these two major embellishments in the Omni Kein Award.
I like that. I really do. It's because the two always made me feel like I was family. And they did that with everybody that would let them. They were a team. Yeah.
Well, Rolf, I just sent you a video via WeTransfer.
Thank you.
It is Jerry's version of how Ultrahigh came along.
Thank you. Well, I will enjoy watching that very much.
But Bob's version is the correct one.
And we have it now on video, thanks to Ina, for all posterity. So thank you, Bob, for establishing the
Anytime. Anytime. Yeah. My life is a better life because of Omni, I'll tell you. It really is. So
You know,
thank you for the award.
Ina, thank you very much you were the impetus, actually, of making sure that this moves forward and moves forward at a higher level. And I would like to call for a little round of applause for Ina Ostrom for her magnificent ongoing contributions, both to Omni and to the profession.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great job.
Okay. Well, if there are no new remarks, then once more, I would like very much to congratulate Catherine and Bob with the awards. They will be put in the email so they can read the jury report, and you can see, you can read everything again on the Excellence in Hypnosis Award. So I'll just put the link in the chat so that people can find it. So here, that is the website of the award. And well, if there is nothing to say, then I would thank you very much. And we see each other next year on Jerry's birthday.